Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So, I am Friche Margalio, and for today, we are going to talk about the factors contributing to a multi-grade, multi-age, and multi-level classroom. So, for the preliminary question, number one, yes, it is still present in the community. Probably, it still exists for the reason that, for many reasons. First would be the location, the lack of teachers, lack of establishment, and the necessity. It is really a need in a certain area or a certain place. So for the performance question, question number two, our our study was conducted in Alawihaw Elementary School, formerly Alawihaw Primary School. It is located in Badian, Cebu, and that school has three teachers. The first teacher is teaching kinder and grade 1. The second teacher is teaching grade 2 and grade 3, and the fourth teacher is teaching grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6. It is far from the area, so in order to get there, you need to ride a motorcycle for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. So for the question number three, it would be greater understanding between the education and the learner because of the prolonged time exposure being together. We tend to understand our learner because we've been together for almost a year, 2 years, 3 years, because in a multi-grade class we are teaching different kind of levels, so it promotes relationship between the teacher and her learner, so we are able to understand, or we are able to relate to them because we've been together for a long time. So for the question number three, I would do that by finding an accurate strategy used in a certain learner. So in order for me to produce effective learning process, so I will find an exact strategy for a certain learner with a certain capabilities and a certain multi-intelligence. So for the question number 5, there are a lot of factors that contributes to the emerging of multi-grade. First one would be the necessity, lack of facilities, lack of establishment, and lack of teachers, and probably the location. If it's far from the city, therefore multi-grade classes will exist. Okay, for the question number 6, there are a lot of benefits or about multi-grade. First one would be foster independence, encourage cooperation and collaboration, allows child to work at their own pace, promotes responsibility, and also teaches organizational and time management skills. That would be all.
So good evening everyone. So for this juncture, we'll be sharing our thoughts and opinions about this question with relation to this lesson 2, which is the factors contributing to multi-grade, multi-age, and multi-level classroom. So let us start.
Okay, so for the question number 1, it is very evident that Mrs. Jones' actions as a multi-grade teacher is very rewarding. She managed to do the different tasks independently. Also, her experiences has the potential to either encourage her or discourage her to move forward, but she chose to do it wholeheartedly, which is very nice because kanang even though she is doing many different tasks, but she managed to do it, and she managed to control her time because she is the task leader in every task she does.
So if I were Mrs. Jones, I might use the multi-grade teaching as the advantage to connect with the parents to help me complete the task so I can focus on my students. And my workload would be lighter, just like in making the garden, cleaning the school, and others. And I need to have a good relationship with the people in the community because we are the only people whom I can hold on to and help me go through the different situations in my classroom.
So here are the two factors contributing to the existence of multi-grade in area. These were the following. First, the geographical factors, or the inaccessible areas resulting in small moving population reluctance of some teachers to teach in remote areas. Next, socioeconomic factors are the cost of being teachers, the lack of resources in remote areas, and the number of teachers available.
So the major benefits of multi-grade teaching for both teachers and learners are: first, for the teachers, they will gain a lot of experience, become an efficient and effective teacher, acquire different skills and discover new talents, able to handle different situations, good in managing responsibilities, make a strong relationship with students, parents, and community. And last, the teaching strategies and techniques will be developed. And for the learners, they will gain interest in schooling, learn cooperation and collaboration, become self-reliant and independent. They know how to value of working together, gain inspirations from others, and have a good relationship with each other.
So this is my answer in number 3. In letter A, so both studies stated similar challenges of multi-grade teaching in their particular countries. Both countries has experiencing lack of human resources or extra teachers to handle the other grades. So in letter B, so my answer is the term multi-grade teaching generally refers to a teaching situation where a single teacher need to take a responsibility for teaching pupils across more than one curriculum grade within a timetable period. So schools with multi-grade classes are referred as a multi-grade school. So that would be all my thoughts and ideas in number 3 in the 2 question.
So for the answer of number 3, letter C, the factors that lead to the establishment of multi-grade schools include a shortage of qualified teachers, lack of funds to hire more teachers, low student population, and geographic isolation. So these factors affect the education system in remote areas by limiting the quality and scope of education that can be provided. Okay, so for the questions under letter D, it is very clear that the learning ecology in a multi-grade school plays a huge role towards the emotional stability and the academic performance of the learner. So if a person or if the learner is surrounded by a great community that portrays positive attitude and are very supportive, therefore he or she will be able to be emotionally stable and probably good in his or her academics. Okay, for the questions under letter E, the teacher should be flexible, especially in this situation. Probably, in my opinion, regardless of the age and other differences of each learner, the teacher must first assess her or his capabilities so that she can come up with a great strategy she will be going to use. So finding an accurate teaching strategy is a great step in order to provide effective learning outcome.
In designing educational program for multi-grade classrooms that cater to diverse learning needs of students, you need to use such classroom strategies of multi-grade teachers. Those include classroom management, collaborative learning using differentiated instruction, connecting the teaching to real-life situations, integrating technology in teaching, and flexibility of the teacher. Now, to create and implement the curriculum effectively, teachers must can understand how to use it responsibly, intentionally, and with fidelity. Programs must develop a system of training and professional development that supports educators in their efforts.
So for the last question, the case study highlights the impact of poverty and isolation and access to education to remote areas. So the lack of resources and trained teachers further exacerbate the problem, making it difficult for disadvantaged children to receive quality education. So the education system can ensure equal
equal access to education by implementing policies and strategies that address the challenges of poverty, isolation, and lack of resources. So, this includes providing infrastructure and facilities of schools and ensuring that trained teachers are available in remote areas.